Hey, it's Viola. So I am up crafting this morning and thought I'd go ahead and start making some ephemera. So this is what I pulled together today. I created this from my Cricut. It is just made with scrapbook paper, and I am including a tag in here. And so I'm going to go ahead and decorate these. So here is what the folio starts with, or starts like, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the actual design later on, but I went ahead and I scored these. And so I should be able to just fold on my scores. This bottom one I did not score, but I think it should be okay. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue up. I just want to make sure I'm staying in the camera view. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue there. And whoop, and some glue on there, and then close this folio up. And that in itself was pretty simple. So it has, as you can see, a circle cut out of it. And what I did already in my first tag is I put my tag, oh boy, this one is different. Okay, well, let's go ahead and mark the new tag. So what I did is I just went ahead, marked where my circle is going to fall. And let me see if I can find my circles. That could be one. I did have a couple more. Here's one. So I'm going to be using this one. And not all my items are close to me here, but I should be okay. So I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to include this on my tag. I just want to make sure that my text goes that right way. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to add some color to my tag before I put that on, because I just think it would look a little bit better with some color added to it. So I'm just going to take a quick, this will be much better. So I'm going to just glue my tag on to a colored piece of paper. And so if you don't have colored paper, you can always use a great way to cover any tag is with book pages. And so I'm just going to take a quick cut, and I will detail those out in a bit. I just want to get to decorating my tag. And then, so I'm going to cut these out. And, you know, I always say, because in reality, I do this too, I do tend to skip ahead when someone is cutting or gluing, just because I like to see the actual making, and I know how to cut already. So feel free to kind of make haste and move, you know, a little bit forward if you want to. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it will suffice for now. Now I'm going to put my card in there, and I'm just going to mark where my circle will go. So I'm going to, almost glued that to my mat. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I got a new mat today. All right. So I tell you, it is the little things in life that sometimes can really make your day. And I picked up a mat at Walmart. Just thought that was something a little extra today that I could do for myself. I was looking for my hole maker. Nope, here it is. So I can put my hole back in there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do also, I'm also going to put a hole up here, because this is really why I created that tab up there, was to kind of to create a little extra dimension there. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. Now I have several, oh gosh, probably at least 8 envelopes full, or I did, I should say, full of things that I have received in swaps and Happy Mail, things like that. And so I'm just going to pull out some of those things. And I have a big bag that I put them in, a big postal bag. I see what these are. Okay, so maybe we can use these. This is what half the fun of ephemera making is. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to reach into my bag. I did pull out some, this is my bag. I did pull out some, I put in some of these already. So I'm just going to put that up there and kind of dig through it real quick and pull out just a few things that I could use to make this kind of stand out a little bit. And it doesn't take very much. Let's just kind of dig through here. Quick and pretty easy. Okay. So, yep. Okay. I'm just going to do a little ripping here. And of course, underneath my pile then, I created a little mess, but that's okay. That again is kind of what making ephemera is. So if you have any kind of book pages, or sometimes people will get a hold of sewing patterns. I had some sewing patterns that I cannot locate. I also went round and round today searching for I found my mini stapler. I cannot find, for the life of me, I cannot find my staples. And a lot good a stapler will do for me without staples. So I, of course, had to go on to Amazon and purchase up a stapler. Well, I did, in fact, go on Amazon and purchase a stapler because I was going to initially just buy the staples. But did that work? I'm hoping it does. I was initially going to buy just the staples, but I realized that even though it says mini junk journal, mini stapler, knowing my luck, I would get, it, and it not fit. So I just decided to get both. But at any rate, so in a day or two, I should have my staples and I'll have a new stapler as well. So I'm just going to add a little bit of fabric up here because as you'll find out more about me, I absolutely love fabric. It is such a big part of my junk journaling world. There we go. Just gonna let that dry there. See if I can get it to pull a little bit better. But yes, I absolutely love fabric. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that's not going to come up. And that's another reason why I like art glitter glue, because it dries very quickly. And it does, for the most part, dry where you can't even see that you've put glue down. So, you know what? I just realized I am quite a way in, aren't I? I'm sorry. Hope I didn't. There. Let's go with that. Okay. So I've gone ahead and I've put the fabric on. Just going to cut this fabric off. Let me just get that. There we go. Okay. And so I am also going to look for no, if I had some other ribbon, here we go. I was just going to say, if I had some other ribbon, which I do, yep. So I'm just going to put a couple of glue strips here for this to stay on. Hold that down. Okay, while that is drying, I'm going to come back to my card. Not my card, I'm sorry, my tag. I'll come back to my tag. Clean it up just a little bit here. It is junk journaling, so nothing has to be 100% perfect. And get my pencil marks off there. And I have several different ways to do this electronically. Not this part, but the next part that I'm gonna show. But I realized that this really doesn't have to be done electronically. We can do it what I would probably call organically, and that is okay. Just gonna kind of want to make sure I'm going straight, you know, because there's a million different ways to put lines on paper, but sometimes it's the good old-fashioned drawing them on. So, yeah. Ah, they're not straight, but that is okay because you know what? I will cover those. Oh my goodness, they took a wonky turn. But I will cover those. Then I'm not going to embellish the rest of that. But, you know, you can come at it. But this is the first one that I have created. And I'm just going to cut this off. There we go. And then there's the folio. So let's go ahead and do another one. Let me just quickly put this stuff aside. All my goodies. Oh, there's some more tags. Excuse me. Okay, let's just get this stuff put away real quick. And then we'll get on to the next tag. There we go. Okay, here's the next folio. Let me see if I have this one. I do. So this is the next one. I will go ahead. I'm going to put that ribbon. Oh, I did have some other ribbon. Good. I'll have some to use. So this one I scored as well. So I'll go ahead and just quickly throw that together. Okay, I don't. Maybe my scores, they weren't exactly there, but it's close enough. Let me just see if yeah, that's okay. We'll just have a little lip there. Okay, so let's put this one down first. There we go. Okay. That one gets right there, and then I'm just going to put glue very lightly here, and I'm going to close that. Okay. I probably should have put it on the inside, but that's okay. Because if I really wanted to, I could glue this in so that that doesn't even stay. I think for this one, because it turned out pretty nice, I'm going to just lay that into a junk journal. And keep in mind that these can go either way. So in a junk journal, you could put this sideways, have this sticking out of your journal, and kind of shift your, in fact, I think I'll do that. So, oh, I can't because my print is going, either or. But you get my drift. So you can just turn it, put your embellishments on this, put this towards your outer edge, and then your tag comes out. All right, so let's get started on that. And then let's get another tag. And this tag, I don't think is as large as the other one. And let me just see if I have another tag, which I should have. They're all about the same size. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that tag. Let me just double check here and see if I insert that tag, am I going to lose it? No, it's actually pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover up our tag. And so we're going to embellish the tag first this time. Let's go ahead And let's do it that way this time. So there have been some discussions in the group that I am an admin of. I created the group. And there have been discussions about Temu. And then that would also open up the discussion for, I believe the other company might be AliExpress. I personally order from Temu. I've made several orders and I've not had any problems with my bank. And I like their products. And this is one of them. It's a letter, I believe, written in French. Just kind of beautiful. I love everything French. Okay. So, I'm just distressing. There we go. Okay. There we go. So now what I'm going to do with this particular one is I saw this and I just thought that is really pretty. So I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to, and hopefully I can get this to stay on because it's got that little lip in the middle. But I'm going to put this right down and I am going to kind of squish it. Loses a little bit, not a lot. I'll just kind of try and floof it up a little bit, but there we go. And so when you pull that out, comes out, and it is a fleur. See how I did that? Fleur French. Okay, so of course I get a bag I can't get open. That's what my handy dandy scissors are for. So I'm just going to, a little bit of bias tape right here. And whoever's going to read this wordage in French are going to go, huh? What's under that reading? What's under that ribbon? It's probably a good part of the story that's being, it's probably the plot that's being covered up. It's the ending. It's the answer. It's what you've been waiting for. And if you're my age, it's the Who Shot J.R. Ewing. And I know many, many, many are going, who? Okay. So, it does not take a lot to create art on any given piece of paper. I say it again and again. It does not have to be hard to create art. It really just needs to be relaxing and comfortable. And I think somehow I moved out again. Let me go ahead and hopefully I didn't go back in and anyway, so let's keep working on this. So we've got this, and now I just want to give it a little more depth. Let's see. So this little piece of paper that I've got, that I'm cutting out now, I hear, as I've been watching videos, use what you have, use what you have. So I went into my garbage before I threw it out today, and I've got some packaging. And so I thought, you know what? I'll just take a little bit of that packaging. Now that's writing on writing, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put a little right there. There we go. Okay, so we've got the tag done. So the tag is done. And now let's work on the folio. Let's get some ribbon out here. And I am actually going to, I'm going to pull in, because I used that one ribbon, the red checkered, kind of look like a picnic basket. I'm going to use that in this. And you know what I said to myself today? I said, self, don't mess up your mat. And look at what I've gone ahead and done. All right, I'm going to get some good, yeah, I'm going to follow my instruction to myself. And I'm not going to mess up my mat. Although I could just go ahead and get another mat. But let's see how long I can keep this one nice. I think maybe if I just throw some glue right on there. There we go. And then I'm going to throw the checks on there again to kind of pull in from what I put up in the tag. And then it kind of looks like it goes together. Just going to hold that down for a hot minute. And then, there we go. Looks beautiful. So my ephemera is across the room. So what I'm going to do, I went to Hobby Lobby today. I was out and about. How would one open this package? Well, let's find out. Boy, they want to make it so... I think I see it. All right. Maybe I don't. I might just have to cut a hole in it. That's what you do. I get it. They don't want people just nilly-willy taking pieces out, so they got to make it hard to get in there. But all right, so I am going to, that's a little big. Let's stick to the, maybe this size. There we go. Ooh, those big ones, they are really big, aren't they? Okay, we'll have to find a project for those. Okay, so we've got a couple of pearls to put on. Oh, you know what? we're going to have a flower in the middle. So I'm not going to put a flower out there. I'll find somewhere else for that flower to live. There we go. And while I'm doing that, I am just going to, so that this little flower doesn't go to waste, let's just stick that on there so that we can use that for something else. But in the meantime, let's get these little pearl drops down. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you about these folios. I made up about 5 of them. And I wondered to myself for a bit, I thought, how, because we go out and we search videos on how to make things, but we also like to be able to make the item that the creator is making. And I thought, how am I going to get the folios? Sure, you can purchase, and I'll probably put maybe 5 folios up there on my Etsy shop, the Naked Journal. But I thought an easier way, because we all have stashes of scrapbook paper. And so, oh, there we go. Let's get it in there. All right, so we all have stashes of paper. I'm continuing to say that again and again. And you may want to buy the folios and then get them and make them, which I will make those available for you. But I thought another way to do it, and it would be a little cheaper, is I have these folios because I initially cut it out on my Cricut. And so I actually have the folios, what others call prototypes, but I have the folio. And what I'm going to do is I can sell this, because I created it. I can sell this, and this can be really inexpensive. I basically would probably be covering just maybe the postage to mail this out. And then you can take your scrapbook paper, lay it on there, trace around, or, get out your Cricut and trace it around and do it that way. But this way you can make as many folios as you want. So I probably will get these up tomorrow in my Etsy shop, which is the Naked Journal. And again, I'm on Etsy. But that way you could come back to my video when you get the folios, and you can take a peek on how to embellish the folios. And that way it'll give you some ideas. Now I'm only going to do 2 on camera because I don't like to make very long videos, and I just looked, and this is a 34, almost 35-minute video, and I like to keep mine short, sweet, to the point. So here's my 60-second commercial. I run the group Junk Journal - Learn the How-Tos. We are a strong group. We're almost at 31,000 members. It's very inviting. It's a fun group to be a part of. We have swaps. I just now added individual swaps are acceptable. We swap junk journals once a month. We swap 20-piece ephemera, handmade ephemera, and then that's the last half of the month. And the first half of the month, we do a swap that's 20 plus piece. Anything goes. You can send anything that a junk journaler would use in theirs, and you in turn will receive your partner's goods. And what else? Anyway, so those are a few things that the group has got going on. Again, it's very inviting. I have a zero tolerance for conflict. So it's just a fun group. I'm also the owner of my Etsy shop, The Naked Journal, and I've talked about that today. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this make, and check back in a day or two because I'll be putting more videos up on how to make and create junk journal stuff. Bye for now.